Happy Information Wednesday, Shalise McQueen here. I'm not going to tease you this week. We actually are talking about business insurance. I missed y'all, so sorry about last week and missing the video. But I think that this is a very important topic for multiple reasons. Number one, we have over 500,000 businesses that start on a monthly basis. Naturally, about 8% actually have a survival rate regarding the implementation stage. But with that said, what's more concerning is 75% of existing businesses are underinsured, which from an insurance agent perspective, I'm not surprised. I come across people that are underinsured all the time in terms of course, their personal lines, life insurance, umbrellas, etc. So what's any different for a business to be underinsured, except for the problem that you have far more liability and you cannot afford not to be. Even more so scary, 40% of businesses have zero insurance. How you can even be a business owner and fathom not having any protection blows my mind. I'm a complete safety girl, especially in the insurance realm. I want to make sure that I'm overprotected. That's how I approach all my clients. I've seen way too many things. I, of course, read stats like crazy. I'm a nerd in that regard. So I want to make sure that if I'm going to have insurance, I'm going to have more than enough to cover, especially in terms of being a business owner. I have liability, not only from a business perspective, but also a personal perspective. So I want to make sure both sides of the fence are protected. And what blows my mind is people don't consider, just the daily exposures they have to risk as a business owner. The most common risks that we actually see as far as claims go, of course, the number one is burglary and theft. We see that about 25 to 30% of all claims. And a lot of those happen the first year, mind you. You also have customer injury, and this could be both physical and non-physical injuries. Water damage, fire, of course. Product liability is a huge one. Product liability, as I was saying, is huge. If you're any kind of retailer, the new Poshmarkers, Amazon merchants that are emerging every day, whatever realm of business that you may be serving the public in terms of producing a product, it's very important that you have the product liability. That takes up about a good 15% of our claims in the market. And then a big one too I want to talk about is the reputation damage. This is huge. You have people that are trying to slander your name on a personal front that could affect your business and vice versa. Obviously, client reviews, and it's important to have the coverage to back up these claims and have a way to rebuild your good name, because we only are given one name, and it's definitely hard to maintain a good one if you're constantly under attack and don't have the proper resources to get you back to that. And so now that we've established you need to have insurance, no surprise there, that came from me. But I want to talk about some of the most common exclusions that you're not going to find on a standard business policy. And I want to make sure that you definitely have these, because these are the most common occurrence of claims in the recent. And guess what? Farmers offers these. In most cases, it's part of our standard contract. So another reason to use Farmers, but let's hop right into it. Cyber liability data breach probably is the most common claim we've had in the most recent, especially with everyone working remotely because of COVID, etc. So now that we have all these workers working remotely, we now have all these data being transmitted across various outlets, different computers. Not everybody has, firewalls and of course protected Wi-Fi, etc. It's very easy to get compromising information out into the wrong hands. Cyber liability and data breach are 100% inclusive in our business owners' policies with Farmers. That's not an extra endorsement. It automatically is included because we know the importance of that, and so that's not something that we make you pay extra for. That's included. Another thing that's great about Farmers Insurance and how our policies are written, we are really written in open parole, which means unless we have it named as an exclusion, we're going to cover it. That's our stance all across the board, from our personal side to our commercial insurance lines. And what's great about Farmers Insurance to that point is we do a lot of inclusions. So for example, instead of you having to have 3 different policies to cover your one business, such as having, of course, employee practice liability insurance, directors and officer insurance, E&O insurance, we can do that under one policy, which is super great. Obviously saves you tons of money, more convenience, and you have your same great girl to manage all of them for you. Another great endorsement that is an automatic for Farmers, of course, is loss of use And then this is a big one, employee dishonesty. This is actually one that is an added endorsement, but this is something that we offer very favorably for our clients. Employee dishonesty is huge, and we cover regardless of if it was a criminal act or not. So if your employee obviously commits theft, forgery, any kind of data breach, things like that, like we will 100% back you up as our insured, which is great. Again, back to the whole open parole, we're not going to basically deny a claim based on your employee being less than a stand-up person, so to speak. My all-time favorite thing that Farmers offers is we do not have a negligence clause in our policy. Most companies have it named almost on page 2 or 3, saying immediately if there's any kind of negligence involved, we will not go ahead and support the claim. With Farmers, we're absolutely different. Human nature, people, you have human error and people make mistakes. And so it is possible to have a negligent error that happens, which in essence results in a claim. And guess what? Farmers, regardless of whether it's negligent or not, whether it's you, your employee, or somebody else, we have your back. Farmers in general just has a stance to support our customers. I have several clients that were former litigation attorneys, and that's why they're a Farmers customer and my customer, because they appreciate how Farmers sticks behind their customers. And more importantly, how their agent does, like myself. I always go above and beyond for my agent. I am a business owner. I have 2 small businesses that I currently own and run, and I've done several startups. So I understand the bottom line, I understand the liability, and I understand the risk. And so that's why it's important to make sure you have someone on your side, like Farmers and Shalise McQueen, myself, to make sure that you're being protected in all fashions of your business. Farmers does offer a free 1-800 number. We actually call it My Safety Point, and it's free access for our customers to call and talk about things like loss prevention, any HR concerns, things like that. That's 100% service that we provide free to you. Obviously, I'm a strong supporter of Farmers. That's who I represent. But more importantly, like I said, I am a business owner and I understand exactly what your guys' needs and concerns are. So it's important to definitely consult with someone like me. Even if you already have business insurance, use me as a resource. I tell you guys every week, I'm happy to audit your policy, find out what fluff is in there that maybe you don't need and what you are missing, because I guarantee you're missing something that you absolutely need for the safety and protection of your business and, of course, your assets, which is what we're trying to protect. So please use me as a resource, as always. Thank you for tuning in. You can reach me at 602-525-5665 or at cmcqueen@farmersagent.com. We'll see you next week.